Hi kids, it's Aunt Becky and I'm starting a new adventure. I don't know if it's a new adventure really, but it's definitely some new gear for an old adventure. So I'm gonna turn this way. I'm hanging out in my front yard and check that out. See that? Mm-hmm. That is my new screen porch-ish. Tent, gazebo, screen room, whatever. Anyhow, that bad boy is a Vevor 12-foot hexagon tent. But anyhow, that's only part of my new adventure. My other part is right down here in this box. So, y'all, check it out. It's I'm close, I know, but I'm to the point where it's too big to show on screen. But look, see that? It is a big old humongous Gazelle tent. And by humongous, I mean like 8 by 14-ish humongous. So anyhow, it is a tent on one end and a screen porch room, whatever, on the other. So let's open it up and let's see what it does. I should have grabbed a stake. Maybe I'll rogue one from over there real quick, but it's supposed to be 90-second-ish setup. I don't really know how that's gonna shake out. But the other thing are these fancy stakes. So these are the Gazelle stakes that are supposed to be pretty fancy schmancy. They're not any longer, I think, than my other stakes, but allegedly you can just twist them into the ground. The yard is so soft right here that that's not really an issue. So my bottom just fell off my tripod. Give me a sec to get that fixed. There. Anyway, what I'm going to try to do is set you all. Can you see that? Can you see me? I don't know. All right, let's follow me. Hello. There you go. It's supposed to follow me around. I don't know if it will or if it won't. And I don't know if my mic is even working either. There we go. All right, it's got me. So anyhow, this tent is supposed to be 90 seconds from bag to base camp, it says. So let's see. Somebody else is going to have to do some timing because I'm certainly not going to. But also, we aren't even to the bag yet. It's taped up pretty good, I guess. Try it this way, maybe dump it out. Its color is alpine green for this one. The other option was sunset orange, I think, so Michelle, who carries the blame for both that and this, these are what she has. And the last time I went camping, I got super rained out, like super rained out. And I went over to see Michelle and her mom, and the lovely Miss Brenda was sleeping in one of these gazelles. And she proceeded to inform me that simply being across the campground, we were in the same weather. She was absolutely dry as a bone and snug as a bug in a rug, where my little tent had probably between 2 and 3 inches of standing water in the bottom, which tells me, number one, my bathtub floor is in really good shape. However, my rain fly wasn't big enough. So this, though, has 2 compression straps, which I think are pretty good. It's got some extra handles on the bag, but there's what we're looking for. So it's funny, when I grab the bottom of this bag, it has some padding in there. And it's, I only think it's funny because in my other tent bag, I cut little pieces of foam and put it in the ends so that it would protect my tent when I stored it up on edge. So, compression strap, that's nice. Whew. All right. I have, okay, so this is probably my rain fly and my poles for the door. See how this will be. Drag this bad boy out and see which way is down. My tent stake here. So we'll put it in my pocket so I don't lose it. I don't know which way is the door. Let me find the door and then we'll start this 30-second timing business. That's a side. That's a side. Also a side. There's the front. All right. So I'm just going to stake down one corner to hold it, just to work as a point that I can pull against. And now I think all I have to do, start at a corner here, is pull out on these hubs. So there's one. Work my way around here. Don't know which direction I gotta go to stretch this thing. Two. Three. Well, four. Five. So my sides are up. Now I gotta go inside and pop up my roof. So let's get the front door open here. All right, let's see. Whoa! One. Oh, okay. Two. Pretty cool. Actually, it wasn't bad. So, let me walk you over. So I'll obviously have to stake it, pull all these little points out here, get a little more straight and flat. I don't know what I'm doing. You all know I've not been camping very long. It was just one of those dumb things that when I decided to retire was one of those things that I'd always wanted to do, and just said, screw it, let's do it. So, if you can see these are the little hubs that pull. So to collapse, you literally just go around and push them in. So to set it up, you just pop them out. Pretty big. So the front is droopy because it's going to have 3 tent poles, just traditional, like fiberglass. I couldn't think of the word there. Fiberglass tent poles. One is going to go up one side of the door, the other across the top, and then down the far side. So let's go ahead and look inside though, just because I'm excited. So anyhow, obviously this will be much higher. And then this end is going to be the screen room. You can kind of see the screens on the sides, on the front, on the other side. And then it has this, that's cool, it's got a little mesh bag hanging. So it has the center divider, which I'm going to go ahead and roll up, get out of the way. So that center divider is going to go between the screen room and what I'll refer to, I guess, as the front room here, and then the bedroom in the back. So let's put you all here and see what you can see. Hopefully my tripod holds and it doesn't fall over. Get rid of some packing paper. Throw that out. Congratulations, you all just apparently get to look at my butt. So this is going to roll up like any other tent curtain. These little ties. Whoops. Throw out more packing paper. So this one is going to be like the bedroom end. I'm going to open some. Oh, now that's kind of interesting. You all see that? So this whole little triangle right here is storage pocket. And then of course screen over top. And then it has all these little D-shaped windows. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. And the door is kind of interesting. And I know that they do this because the door sits in the corner, and because of the shape of I guess the mere fact that it's a hub tent, that it has these cross pieces, these little hubs in the middle. Now they're kind of a little cool thing. It's got these little, it almost just looks like a flat piece of foam that's been sewn, not that y'all can see it, sewn onto some Velcro tabs to cover the hubs, which have, you know, this little sharp nut on the edge. There we go. I'll see that. Anyhow, that's a cool protective feature from what I read when I was doing my research on these. Some people were having problems with the floor. They were getting little pinholes and different things in the floor, and they think the consumer thought that it was from being up against those hubs when they push in and then rubbing on the floor. So anyhow, this will be, I guess, the back door. You can kind of see that. So because you have these X supports that go along the entire wall, it doesn't really give you much room for a traditional wide door. So it does have a screen though, so you can roll back the door, tie it, and then to get out you kind of have to step. You guys can kind of see that. You got to kind of step through the corner. But let's, wrong one. I think one of the things I might do is get some paracord or some ribbon or some kind of something and change these pulls, because if you look, the screen pull, it looks exactly the same as the door pull. So I think I would just like to have something a little different so I know which one I'm grabbing. And then it has double, I don't know what you'd call these, say two-way zip. Is that what these things are called? Like on a sleeping bag where you can unzip for your feet and get a little vent or whatever. So this is kind of the same way. And another cool thing, I know a lot of people take issue with it, but I thought it was kind of neat the way the rain flap goes over this door where it curves. It comes down, and where the door changes direction right here, so does the rain flap. So the rain flap goes from top to bottom on the top, and then as you go below, it changes so that now it's still going top to bottom. You'll see that? I know some of the people in the reviews that I read were having an issue with that. I don't think that's that big a deal. But anyhow, this sucker is huge. So I think what I'm going to do is set you all back over here. I really don't know if I want to set the rain fly up or not, but I do want to stake it out and see if I can get it a little more snug. Something else I wanted to show you though is the floor. So the floor in this thing, they call it a zip in and zip out, although it's not exactly a zipper, it's Velcro. So in the event that you wanted to take the floor out, use the whole tent as a screen room, or if you wanted to take it out because it was particularly muddy and you needed to clean it up or clean it off or whatever. So we'll go back inside. So, floor, tent, I can get you down here, floor, and you can kind of see daylight. So there's a little flap on the outside. I don't know if you can see that very well or not. There, you can see a little bit of daylight there. Ta-da! I'm having a hard time looking upside down at this camera. But anyhow, some of the people were saying that one of the problems that they had with the tent was that it didn't have a cord port. Well, the whole freaking floor is a Velcro cord port. You know, pop your finger through it, stick your extension cord in, and seal it back up. The other thing they were talking about was that around some of the corners, where I'm going to have to loosen the corner to put in these tent poles for this door to get this up and get this supported. They say that if you don't fasten those back down properly with the Velcro, that you can have bugs or snakes or scorpions or whatever your insect or animal du jour is. So that's one thing that I wanted to go around and look for. So I want so bad to cover this thing with the rain fly and leave it up overnight, or tomorrow night really, because it's supposed to rain, but It's also supposed to rain for like 9 days. And one, I don't want to leave the tent up for 9 days. And two, I don't want to take the chance of folding it up when it's wet, of course, and then, you know, storing it and it being bad, because we have high 80s, low 90s, mid 90s. I don't even know what the temperature is here, but you can see I'm standing here sweating bullets. But I don't want to take that chance on getting my brand new tent all mildewy. But anyhow, this tent, as you can see, is huge. So right here, camera's like right at the front, right at that front zipper. And you can see all the way to the back, through the center. So it's really good size. It might be, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't even think of how big my little green tent was that Kate gave me, that I've been using, which I really, really like the size of, and I love that it's an instant tent, and it goes up pretty freaking quick. Since I've practiced it and I've used it, I can get it up, literally get it up and get it staked out in about, probably, maybe not 90 seconds, but maybe 120, maybe in 2 minutes. I could really have it like ready to get into and get shelter if I needed to. But this, I don't know, I'm going to have to take some time and learn how to do this one, and I cannot wait until this crazy 4th of July weekend is over, and then all the people will go home, the heat is going to break, the rain is going to quit, and I will have the campground more to myself. So I'll go, and Michelle is actually the camp host there. So I can't wait to go and set up and, you know, invite her over and let her see what the tent looks like in green instead of in orange. I think everything else is going to be exactly the same. But I really do appreciate her and Miss Brenda letting me poke around in the orange tent a little bit and giving me all the information, letting me see, you know, what it was going to be about. But this tent also is quite a bit heavier, quite a bit larger, even folded up. I mean, you saw it's, I want to say 56 inches or so, once it's all folded up and put in the storage bag. And then I want to say weight wise, it's like right around 48 pounds or so. But I don't know. We'll check it out. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and then I'm going to stake it out, and then I will do a second video when I tear it down, so we can kind of see what that looks like. And then everybody always has a problem getting the tent back in the bag after they're done, so we'll see how that works, and we'll see how much room we have left in the bag, because when I opened it, of course, there's a lot of extra room in there. And one review that I watched, a guy keeps his welcome mat, his hammock, all of his tent stakes, and a tarp, his footprint additionally to that, and then just a bunch of other stuff in there. And he said his bag weighed 50 some odd pounds. I don't even remember. But I do know that this is definitely a car camping tent. It's got handles on both ends of the storage bag for a reason. I think it's damn near a two-man carry. But I can't wait to get out and actually put this one through its paces, spend the night in it, see how it works out. So, be good. Call me if you need bond money, and have a safe, and happy 4th of July.